Alright, hi guys, this is Comrade Crowing another FreeVod, and this is a PvP on Lost Temple, and just against some random East guy, and this guy, I don't think I've ever recorded a PvP with commentary, so I'll do this one. I'm not sure if I have, but if I haven't, this is gonna be my first PvP. And generally in PvP, there's, actually, all mirror matchups require minimal skill. That's why I hesitate to record PvPs, because they require very little skill. Like, say in ZVZ, if I was facing Savior and he 4-pulled and I 9-pulled, I guarantee you I would beat Savior. That game, no matter how good he is and whatever he did, I'd win. And like, same with like any other mirror matchup. If one person does something, the other person does the other thing to counter it, then you're gonna win. Like, okay, so in PvP, there are these main things that you should be doing. Most people like the 2-gate, except it's not a good strategy, because 2-gate is just for like, it's basically for noobs. Just mass 2-gate, yeah, it's just for noobs. It's easy to stop, just pop a shield battery up somewhere, and there, you stopped it right there. Or just fast Dragoon tech. Anything stops 2-gate, it's really noobie. Only noobs that can't micro will die against 2-gate. That's why lots of people tend to do 2-gate, because lots of noobs die to it, and most people playing Starcraft are noobs. And so in PvP, you're supposed to go 1 gate and then gas, and then either you can get 3 gates and and just go 3-gate goons there. Except that's very unlikely, because most people don't do that, because they can get fucked by DTs really badly, or they just tend to 1 gate and then tech the DTs or a Reaver, and then pop another 2 gates up and then go attack. You're not supposed to expand in PvP, because unless you're like, there's a position where you have to expand, but PvP generally, if both players are playing it accurately, then you're not supposed to be expanding, because one player is whoever expands is gonna be like 3 dragoons technically behind, or 4 zealots behind, and that's gonna basically cost them the game. And so you're not supposed to expand in PvP. Obviously, there are some exceptions where you have to expand, where your opponent's just being gay. And here I'm just gonna show you the basic PvP. Here, in PvP, you have to do your moves accordingly to his. So I can't say this game I'm gonna do something, because I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do this game. I'm gonna check what he has, and accordingly to that, I'm gonna play my game. And so I'm scouting him right now, and he's blocking me from scouting. I have a feeling this guy's a noob, because his record was like pretty gay on East, and if your record's gay on East, then you must suck like really badly. Like, even if I play with my Tyranno Zerg, I'll still get like a 10-1 record. Sorry, I have a cold. Okay, in PvP, as you can see, I'm getting my title, and PvP also differs in maps with ramps and without ramps, because maps with ramps, you can do this, except if 2-gate is pretty effective on maps without ramps, but it's still not used that often. Okay, this guy's 2-gating and teching with gat. Oh my god, Forge. Okay, yeah, this guy's gonna eventually lose, because you're not supposed to get Forge. It's probably the only structure in Forge you're not supposed to get early game. I'll beat this guy, but I'll still explain all the PvP strategy and hopefully record a better PvP game later on. Okay, 2-gate, yeah. Now I saw 2-gate, except I don't see many zealots, so I'm not gonna get a shield battery. But if there were more zealots, I would have got my shield battery. And I was gonna go what do you call it? I was gonna go DTs, except most people, when they get forged, they're just gonna expand with cannons, and so I need my Reaver to outbreak his cannons, and then I can go in with my dragoons and micro that. And you need good Dragoon micro. I spent a while trying to get good Dragoon micro, and my Dragoon micro is actually pretty good. That's why it helps me win a few games. And this game, you'll see it eventually done. And well, if you want to keep going with DTs, then you know you're gonna get Citadel, and you're going to keep pumping Zealots. Except if you're gonna go to Dragoons, either it's Dragoon Reaver or it's Zealot Temp. Yeah, those are the 2 strategies that generally are done at the beginning. At the end, it usually, like, over 20 minutes in, the game always switches to just mass temps and dragoons and zealots. But some people tend to use Reavers if they wanna. But yeah, I'm getting Reavers because that's what rapes zealot temp. Well, zealot temps rape goons, and then Reavers rape zealots. So it's basically like temps versus Reavers. Sorry, yeah, in a way, except not really. You'll get what I mean later on. And I'm trying to micro, because I didn't know how many zealots he had. I made a mistake, uncounted them, so he's gonna kill a few of my probes right now. I'm trying to micro here, and there, it's dead. He's not gonna win the game here because I'm not gonna, even if I have like 5 probes left, I'm not gonna say GG. I'll just start trying hard if I have 5 probes left. And yeah, I'm gonna just keep microing. Where's this? And in PvP, if you 2-gate, then you wanna still tech to anything as fast as possible, because some players do I tend to 2-gate even when I'm trying hard. Because 2-gate, it's not that it's bad, except most people that are noobs at 2-gate, they just massively 2-gate and just don't tech to anything. That's why when I 2-gate, if I 2-gate, I get like 3 zealots, so I have 1 extra zealot than them, and then I get gas, and then I tech to Citadel, and then to DTs if I can get that through. Most people just tech to DTs, they only get 1 DT because that's all you need to kill the enemy, and the rest into temps for gas. And yeah, when you're going 2-gate, you want to tech the Citadel and not Robo, because then with Robo tech you're going to get goons, and then you're going to have to get Singularity Charge, but you can have little Dragoons because you got your first 5-6 zealots. And if you don't want your first 5-6 zealots to go to waste, then you probably tech the Citadel, so then all your units are used in efficiency. I'd probably harass. I think he has expanded because he had got a forge, and you're supposed to expand with the forge. And so, as you can see, he's expanding, and I'm still not expanding. I'm spending my minerals in more gates and more tech, because I know that's for a fact that expansions won't work. And right now, yeah, PvP also requires minimal skill, because if one guy techs the DTs and the other guy techs the Reavers, the Reaver tech always beats DT's tech. Well, early game, that's because like Zealots do not kill Dragoons, and then Reavers melt Zealots, and you only have like 1 temp to storm once early game with that. So yeah, that's what I mean by it's not that good. Okay, this is gonna die. He's targeting my shuttle, so that's dead. Hopefully I can kill a few Dragoons here. Maybe I'll win this and get like a probe line. Maybe not. Okay, that died, but oh well, I got 2 Dragoons. Not an even thing, but whatever, it's good. And I was gonna use my Reaver to break his cannon line if he had some, except he didn't have cannons, so that Reaver, it went to use. It didn't go to any use, except I could have used it more, but I don't need it anymore because all I needed to do was break his cannon line with that Reaver. And since he doesn't have a cannon line, I'm good to go attack him. But he might have cannons up there on the ledge for Lost Temple. Yeah, still, don't tend to play Lost Temple because the islands, people can just expand to islands and mass cannon there, and then that just takes like all strategy off PvP.